Germany and France are two really interesting countries, and although they are very close to each other, they each have their own traditions and ways of doing things. But throughout time and history, Germany has had much relations with France, either for the good or for the bad. And today, we are looking at the hypothetical question of what would happen if these two great nations decided to shake hands, hug it out, and be together as one powerful country. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to FTD Facts. My name's Dave Walpa, and this is a channel where we talk about, well, people, cultures, and places, and all that sort of stuff from all around the world. And you know what, guys? If you really like learning about stuff like that, well, you want to hit that subscribe button because that's what we do. And sometimes we look at countries in their own light, sometimes we like to compare them, and sometimes we like to see what would happen if they are together. Now, also, guys, if some of you guys are from France and some of you guys are from Germany, just letting you know we've done videos on those countries in the past, and man, you guys should check them out. I'm going to put some cards throughout this video, like the one that's floating above my head right now, and they'll also be at the end of the video or in the description box below. But let's get looking at what would happen if France and Germany became one nation. Now, first of all, let's start off looking at population. Now, if we were to take France and Germany and throw them together, they would have a total population of 151,281,000 people, based off of 2017 estimates. Now, with that, they would rank 9th in the world, being in between Russia and Bangladesh. And right now, just so you guys know, Germany sits at 16th in the world when it comes to population, and France sits at the 21st. And however, with that in mind, we should also look at the land size, because Germany and France together would have a total land size of 997,847 kilometers square, ranking 31st in the world, being between Egypt and Tanzania. And also, guys, I'm pretty sure that it would make it one of the biggest countries, if not the biggest country, in all of Europe. Well, maybe not Russia, but I mean, if you're talking Central Europe, for sure. Pretty sure it might even be bigger than like Finland and Norway. I'm not too sure. So also, for this video, I'm not really going to break down sort of the cultural differences and the community differences because, well, a lot of things will change. For example, laws might change between the two countries. For example, in Germany and France, they have some very similar laws, like, for example, their smoking laws are very similar. And of course, the way they do their healthcare, they have health insurance for their citizens. It's all kind of the same. There are some differences, but for this video, we're looking really at numbers. And with that in mind, let's talk about money. Now, putting these two together, they would have a GDP of $7.047 trillion. Now, keep in mind, guys, that GDP is not 100% because, well, first of all, there's a lot of trading that goes back and forth between France and Germany, and we got to take that into consideration. But let's look at some trading. Let's look at exports right now. For example, in Germany, it exported approximately $1.32 trillion in goods, and France exported $486 billion. Now, to combine that together, it would equal $1.806 trillion, and that would actually make this combined country of Germany and France rank higher for exports than the United States, as in 2016, they exported $1.42 trillion. But when it comes to the overall, you could say it could actually be put at second because, well, China is like number one with $2.06 trillion as of 2016 when it comes to its exports. And also on this export list, you got to keep in mind that the European Union makes up $1.09 trillion. But keep in mind, France and Germany do export a lot to the European Union. So I'm going to put it for countries as second. And also keep in mind, when it comes to that, like I said, there's trading going back and forth, so we got to take that into consideration because these numbers are not completely correct. And with that, Germany actually exports about $119 billion of goods to France, and France exports approximately $88.2 billion to Germany. In total, the exports of these two countries to each other equals $207.2 billion, and subtracting that from its totals, this country makes about $1.598 trillion in exports. And the good thing is that would make this country still sit at second in the world. It would beat the United States still. But moving on, let's look at some of the military aspects. Let's take the amount of forces in Germany and the amount of forces in France and combine them. Now, one thing that these two countries have in common is they both have big militaries, with over hundreds of thousands of people in each military. Now, combining these two, their total military personnel would sit at 597,276 people. Again, guys, this is just a rough estimate. You know, militaries don't like to give out their exact numbers, but there is just kind of a good ballpark figure. Of that, their active personnel sits at 383,431 people. For their aircraft strength, they'd be at 1,976, with with a total of 393 fighters, and of that, their attack helicopters would sit at 102. Now, their tanks come in at 838, with a crap ton of army fighting vehicles being at 10,950. Now, as for their Navy, they have about 199 craft, and of that, they have 21 frigates, 5 corvettes, 16 submarines, 2 destroyers, and 4 aircraft carriers. Which would mean this country actually does have a pretty, well, international military, because they have aircraft carriers that can go all around the world, and they do have a big military. But now let's take a look at some of the Olympic medals and the achievements of this country. For example, Germany has approximately 855 total medals from the Olympics, with approximately 283 of them being gold medals. France, however, has 840 total medals, with 248 gold medals. In total, they would have approximately 1,659 total, ranking this country at second in the world of total Olympic medals, beating Russia, however, would be under the United States of America. As for gold, they come in also at second at 531 gold medals, beating Russia, which has 473. Now keep in mind, guys, Germany already actually sits at 4th in the world, and France sits at 5th when it comes to overall medals. Now moving on to other achievements such as Nobel Prizes, we should also note that they are also neck to neck, as Germany ranks 3rd in the world with 107 Nobel Prizes, and France comes in at 4th with 68. In total, with this new country of France and Germany being united, they would have 175 Nobel Prizes, beating the UK with 129, putting this country at second in the world when it comes to countries with Nobel laureates. So there you have it, guys. That is just a brief look at what would happen if these two countries actually decided to come together and become one big, powerful nation. I'm just amazed at the population size. I'm amazed at the military size. And I'm just going to say the land size. It would be one big country in all of Europe. It would be huge. Again, guys, we didn't go into laws and cultural differences that would happen between these two nations. But if you guys have some ideas, let us know down there in the comments section below. And you know what? If this video gets like, I don't know, over 3,000 likes, man, maybe we'll look at a part 2 and we'll see how culturally these two countries would change. But other than that, guys, my name's Dave Walpole, and if you guys haven't hit that subscribe button, do so now. And like I said, if you guys want to check out other videos on France or Germany or just other countries around the world, be sure to look at our playlist, check out our other stuff at the end of this video and even in the description box below. But my name's Dave Walpole, and I'll see you guys later, okay? Bye-bye. So you made it to the end of the FTD Facts video. Okay, cool, guys. Well, here's a France video and here's a Germany video for you guys. We love learning about many different places around the world and finding out what makes great nations and the people within it really interesting, special, and unique. So be sure to tune in to us every single day because we're always learning with you guys. Okay? Bye.